places that I missed. Somehow else slipped away. One street away, my memories is. I wonder what would change. I really believe in this life there's nothing certain. Set the curtain, it rises to the stage. There ain't no second guessing. I just forget the lessons I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could've known. Would have kept me from what I had today.
Let's just go ahead and interrupt them because we got a lot to say today. This is 1100 WSGI. I'm U-Turn LaVern, and yes, you know what's going on. This is one street over. What's going on? One street over from where you living. Well, it's going to be a busy weekend. One street over from where you living. There are so many things going on. But what I love about it is there are things like our self-guided tour of the Seeds of Hope garden tour from Martha Song. It's a self-guided tour. So while you've got, we're going to have Cross Plains Trash Treasures coming in here later. They're doing a Friday and Saturday thing. You've got the Robertson County Players. You've got Martin's Chapel Barbecue. You can do it all. You can do it all. And when we have a program like this, you can you can really just drink in Robertson County this weekend. And this is just something that I think is such a great idea. I love gardens and I love seeing unusual things. Penny Callis, my friend forever. We could talk about how long have you been doing my hair?
A long time.
Forever. 30 plus years easily. But she is, of course, the proprietor of the gallery here in town. And she has had a passion for helping people that are dealing with cancer in their life. And a lot of it has to do with Martha and people that you've just known, that you just see go through the struggle of cancer, and yourself included. And, you know, just you have the journey. I've lost both my sister and my mom, and it just touches, there's not a family alive that hasn't been touched by a cancer struggle in some way. And Martha Song is a program that you just have so many things that come up when you're dealing with the illness that you just don't see. Martha Song comes in and makes a gift to anybody going through cancer, but you got to raise money for it. So that's what's going on this weekend. It's a wonderful program. You get to go see these amazing gardens, and I'll let Penny tell you more about how to get tickets and all that. But introduce one of our gardens. This is
one of our gardens is Corey Owens with Mahala Springs.
Thank you.
And we're going to learn a lot about her garden stop. It's really she has a neat story, and she's going to tell us all about that today.
What is the name again?
Mahala Springs and Farm.
Mahala Springs and Farm. I'm going to need you to get right on that microphone. You've got a soft voice, so boy, we're going to need you right on that microphone.
Okay, how's that?
That's much better. Okay. Mahala Springs and Farms. Mahalo. Why Mahala? That sounds like Hawaii.
So it is Hawaiian.
Okay, thank you. I knew.
I was born in Maui, and I was a month overdue. My mom had planned on doing this family vacation for Christmas. I was supposed to be due before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving came and went, and it's time to fly from New Hampshire to Hawaii. So she flew with a big old fur coat. This was back in the 80s.
Love it.
That's very illegal. And so she was hiding the fact that she's like 11 months pregnant at that point. And the night, so like Christmas, I was about December 25th. She goes into labor. And then I was born at like Kihei Memorial Hospital. And so on December 26th, here I am, this tiny little howlie born in Maui. And they went off to the beach as soon as I was born. They went to the beach. They had me in a cardboard box, and people would walk by and think there's like a little puppy in there, or like, and it's like, oh, it's literally a newborn baby. So my dad, who had lived in Argentina for a few years with like the O being masculine and the A is feminine. So he took the word mahalo and changed it to mahala, and what meant many thanks. And so that became my middle name, is like a kind of like a nod to gratitude. Well, my first time back to Hawaii, I was 12. And the first thing I noticed was that mahalo was written on all the trash cans. And so I thought my dad said it was many thanks, but it's actually garbage. That's what my middle name is. But so with our property, with like, we've got springs. I know.
That's a great story.
So I loved the name. Like, I just thought, like, with the property, I'm kind of doing my own personal vibe there. Like, it's my personal stamp. I love to dream things and then create them. And so I take like my artistic nature, which I used to just do like paintings, but I realized like I could sit in a room and just work on this one painting, or I can create my environment, which felt more fulfilling. So I took my love of creation to like landscape or like remodels, and just with the venue last year when we got started, I thought I want to kind of put a little bit of my personal touch on it. So naming it Mahala Springs and Farm is kind of like the direction that I took. Well, my friend Michelle, she's like, Corey, I love your middle name, but you're in Middle Tennessee. You're not in Hawaii. And like, you have a tobacco barn. Like, there's just like, I don't know like where this is, connecting the dots here. So she took it upon herself to look up the word Mahala, which I had never done. I just took my dad's, he named me Mahala, and it is what it is. I had never actually researched the word, because it's not mahalo. It's mahala. And that's where I just got these tingles of like, it was all coming together so perfectly, because there was two different meanings of the word mahala. One is from Hebrew and one was Native American. And we have ties, like the property has a lot of Native American history on it. And then Hebrew, which I just love because I think of, like religion and God and stuff. And both meanings brought you back to compassionate woman or tender female. And I thought, okay, that's it. That's what we're doing. It's
I love it. I absolutely love it. What a great story.
I can't wait to go.
I know. So what are some of your favorite features? So you've got a venue going on there.
I love
But what all's going on?
My passion is being outside. From the time I was little, I was out in the woods, hours, just making trails, making forts, exploring.
Right.
I was picked up by the cops when I was 2 years old. I was like 2 miles from my house. I had just gone out to the woods. I know my mom wouldn't want me to tell that story.
Your parents are going, you're making us sound like we put you in a cardboard box and let you wander off. I know your mom's going, my children tell a couple of stories on me, and I'm like, you make me sound terrible.
I have a great mom and dad. But
I'm sure you do, but yeah.
They say, like, not all who wander are lost. I was a wanderer. I love to be outside. Yeah. And so when we found the property, so we purchased the 34 acres right off Highway 49 in 21. And the dream was just to transform this property and maybe one day build. So we started fixing up the 1800s farmhouse up by the road. And I just fell in love with the property. I couldn't imagine sacrificing a portion of it to build a house. I just loved it. Well, the first spring that we were there, so we moved in July, and the following March was this horrible storm. It took out hundreds and hundreds of trees across the property. So the land that we purchased, we came back from a vacation, and it was just decimated. I was overwhelmed at the devastation. So we had hundreds of little trees that were down, but 47 that were just massive. Like 200-year white oaks were down. And I thought, we are not going to clean all this up and make a brush pile. What if we try to salvage this lumber? And if we can find a portable sawmill, we'll have it milled. I had no idea that a venue was in my future. All I knew is I cannot waste these trees.
Wow.
So we finally found a portable sawmill he cut for the Amish. And so he came down, he looked at our tobacco barn, and he said, this is the type of tree that you need for supports, or we can use the poplar for siding. And then with the extra lumber, we could just have it on hand. So I researched like how to dry it. I don't know. And so like we're like, we're doing the little slats in between to dry the boards, covering it with a tarp. I'm trying to like take care of it the best I know, but I don't know what I'm doing. Well, we've used every piece of that lumber. We had piles and piles. We've built bridges and pavilions and added on to the tobacco barn. Still never realized God was working. Sorry, I mean, just bringing a little
This
bit.
is just so cool. I love this story.
Like God was working to help me fulfill my purpose and find what I love to do and create almost like this vision that I had no idea early on, that with all these trees, like we made lemonade out of lemons.
Yeah, you rose up out of the ashes.
We're down to like the very last. So this was, and then we're down to the very last of this lumber to build an 1850s outhouse. So the tobacco barn is about 1850s to 1890, but we're thinking about 1850s. So I wanted to do a nod to that and keep everything like in keeping with that time period. So we're doing an outhouse with a modern twist. So like, it's fancy.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So it was kind of interesting because in 24, I just kind of like threw all the balls at the wall, see what sticks. We tried date nights, we tried camping, we tried all the different things. And the property is perfect for so many, it's like so versatile. So we can pretty much offer anything under the sun that you just want to get outdoors in a beautiful location to enjoy. So we have gone from weddings all the way down to birthday parties with scavenger hunts where the kids are doing like an Indiana Jones theme of like survival. So archery and digging up treasures at Blue Lagoon. We've got Beaver Dam Creek that runs through the property. And then we've got several springs. We've got big open fields. We have cedar forests. The tobacco barn has been all transformed to just be like this interior, exterior space. And then a big pavilion by the creek. Now, I have ideas constantly. So one day I'm just like down by the pavilion. I'm like singer-songwriter nights. We need to have like a singer-songwriter here at the pavilion in the open field in front of it. Or we could do like a creek dinner and we could have a caterer set up and we could like do family style under string lights in the creek, which they do down in Leaper's Fork. But bring people to Robertson County because we've got like, there's just so much different opportunity what our space offers. So yeah, I can talk forever.
I'm telling you, I love it. And so I'm trying. Let me find you on social media. Spell. It's
Mahala. It's Mahala.
Mahala.
Yeah.
Hala.
And we've got a Facebook page.
So is it Mahala and put Mahala Springs?
Yes, Mahala Springs and Farm.
Okay, because I want to see this.
Up and
okay,
running,
there you are.
The website is soon.
That is so cool. That's just such a neat idea. And it is an absolutely beautiful piece of property. You're absolutely right. Oh my goodness. So pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, and I can just imagine coming in. But I just love the fact that you came in, you lost your trees, but you just absolutely turned it into something beautiful.
Yep. And even before the storm, I found when we moved from Hendersonville, I just found such tranquility. Like there was such peace.
Right.
On that property. And I've this is where my joy is. Mm-hmm. But I've got two sons who are just not outdoorsy. And I live outside. And so I thought I'm going to be out here working and designing and landscaping. And then I'm just going to sit here by myself and enjoy it. And I thought, no, there's got to be other people that can benefit from this and they can find joy as well. So we've got a half-mile nature trail, takes you up by the springs. It goes through a garden park and then across Beaver Dam Creek, which you got to cross on a swinging rope bridge across. There's also a zip line.
Yeah, I was looking at the rope bridge. I love it.
Across the rope bridge, we have a 1-mile greenway. And so we've got people that will come with their dogs to just run it. We've got mountain bikers that will ride it. The creek has 3 kayaks by it, so you're welcome to just like get in the water.
That's so
and
cool.
more ideas are nonstop.
I love it.
We need to have a full day event there, don't we?
too. I'm just sitting here looking at it. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's just so cool. I love it. Oh, I just love it. This is so cool. You're just passionate about this. So this is one of the stops you can make when you get your tickets for Martha's Song. So Penny, tell them how to get the tickets and how the whole thing works. Because how many gardens are we visiting?
We have 9.
We have 9. Isn't that cool?
We have 9. There's one that's almost in Adams down Kenny's Road, that James Place. And it's a home garden, and then we have a home garden around Barren Plains. That would be That would be on Gun Road, and then 2 home gardens in the historic district. The Cedar Hill Apothecary on South Main, and then we have Joe's Flowers, which is right past Bahala. Joe's Flowers is almost in Cross Plains. And then we have our premier sponsor would be South Central Growers,
right?
Which they're going to have a lot there. And I think Tennessee Oncology is going to be set up there with cancer information.
Oh, wow. That's great.
So that would be good. So I checked this today to make sure that I had it right. But you could, if you're not on social media, because you can go to social media and like our page, Martha Song Foundation, or you can just Google Martha Song Foundation. And when you do that, our website, marthasongfoundation.org, comes up. And in the left-hand corner, you hit the little lines there, and then you can go to the garden tour.
Okay.
Also, when you do that, when you hit the little lines, it goes to applications or donations, and this is your roadmap. So when you go to the garden tour, it tells you all about the garden tour. It tells you when it is, Saturday the 28th between 9 and 3, and it has all the addresses of the stops. When you scroll down, there's a spot where it says garden tour tickets, and you can click on that and you can purchase a ticket. There's also, you can click for application to ask for funds. You can do a Venmo donation. So you can also get tickets the day of at any of these stops, cash, check, or Venmo.
Okay.
And we also will have T-shirts on site for sale. And
we've got 2 colors this year.
We've got more than that.
Oh, you've got more than that. Oh, okay. So, but isn't that cool?
We've got a butter, a tangerine, I guess, and a pale blue, yes,
so pretty,
and then an off-white.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And you've told me so much about Martha over the years, and I'm sure I met her at the gallery at different times.
We met her at some of our original fundraisers.
Yes, of course, because we did the fashion shows and stuff. Leanne was at one of those fashion shows.
Leanne Morgan.
I think back on the journey this has been, and it's just been amazing. And I just love you for just letting God lead you and stepping into this. What an amazing nonprofit. It is just so beautiful. I love you, sister. And you've just done such a great job.
Thank you.
I love meeting new friends. I love your passion for your place. It is just so much fun. I mean, you've got a cool thing going there.
It's an honor to be included in this.
Yeah, it is so cool. And I was looking at your page. You've got more than just 2 kids, right?
Just the 2.
Just the 2. I saw a picture with a bunch of kids, so I was
we got 12 goats, and those I guess technically could be kids.
Okay. Well, and that's funny. So what kind of animals do you have out there? You got goats and
just goats right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I had dreamt of a Highland cow until we priced those.
Highland cows are cool. That would be a great photo. Oh man,
she's a photo girl.
I do photography, yeah. And so that's the thing. I was looking at your stuff. I was like, ooh, got some great photo spots out there.
I have its pasture ready. We're just waiting for the cow.
Well, it's so funny. They do. My friends that do fostering horses. They're trying to get me to foster horses, and they're like, LaVern, it'd be great for pictures, but it's livestock. And I don't need livestock.
That's a lot of work.
Yes, it is. I grew up on a hog farm. Yeah, exactly. So what are we missing? Anything? We've still got about 10 minutes. What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about some of the other stops, or anything special that tell us anything you want to tell us. Oh, you know what? Let's mention what the flocking is here.
Okay,
we've got
so-
the
so we're-
birds back here, and Lee Marie will be like, LaVern, I left the birds so you could see them.
Yes, so the flocking is over.
Oh, okay, it is. It
Flocking
has
is
finished.
over. People would pay $25 to have their friend flocked with
Okay.
bluebirds.
Okay.
And so now, this week, the bluebirds will be located at the garden stops. So if you
Okay.
see some bluebirds out on the side of the road, that's one of the stops.
Okay. That's a
you
great
get
idea.
Familiar with
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
and that will help mark the spot.
Okay.
And so, like we said earlier, it's a self-guided. You can start anywhere. There will be, when you go on the social media, there's a map on there that you could pull up. There will be a few paper maps at each stop. There's also the T-shirts at each stop. We'll have door prizes. So every stop you get to enter for the door prize. As many stops as you make determines how many chances you have to win a door prize. And we have several door prizes.
Do you want to share some of the things that you've got? I'm guessing some different vendors have donated and stuff, or different businesses have donated.
So we've got I know we've got some lanterns that we're putting the tickets in, and then when we're finished with the tickets, so there's 9 garden lanterns that
nice.
will be some of the prizes. We have just some decorative garden items.
Okay.
Several different decorative garden items. that
Okay,
we'll
that'd be
have out there.
fun.
Mhm.
Sure.
And flowers, of course. And potted plants. We have a few potted plants that will be given away, but it's $25 is the ticket price.
Okay. Yep.
We'll take any donation that you'd like to give.
Yes.
And
Just go.
we're just excited.
It is, and it's like I was saying. People will be like, "Well, I've got this going on. I've got this," but it's got to. Even if you just make it to one garden, it is for our family here in Robertson County. Anybody that has had cancer touch their life. There's so many things that come up just constantly that you don't think about. And it's just a good opportunity. It's a good reminder that this is a good place for you to invest in. And just work it. I mean, with all the things, with it being a self-guided tour, you can just work it around. You're going to be, in this area. Well, then you can pop into this garden and different ones. And you're saying, now yours is up off Highway 49. Where is it from here? About how far is it from here?
Well, from the historic district, we're 3 miles on 49 East.
49 East.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just 3 miles out from the downtown.
Okay.
And when you come to Mahala, wear walking shoes because we've got a trail map, we've got a scavenger.
That's so cool.
If people are up for an adventure, you can actually experience every trail, and there'll be a scavenger with stops where you collect stamps, you solve the riddle. And so we're thinking of almost like if someone's up for that, if you complete the whole scavenger, you will have walked every trail at Mahala. Which means that you're going to clock in about 1.5 miles.
That's great,
so
though.
So come prepared with water, with walking shoes, because there's so much to see, but you got to get out there on foot to really experience it.
So if someone came there for the tour, excuse me, of course they want to go to all 9 places.
Yep.
And so they get a little sneak peek of what you have. Yeah. What do they have to do to come back another time?
Well, we actually
see it all.
So we definitely do like events. If, baby showers, birthdays, reunions, those are really popular. We keep the price low because I want parents to be able to take a group of kids and come outside and just like get the kids back into nature.
Yeah.
So that means kind of coming in at a lower price point to where you can have a 4-hour event and not break the bank because, you're bringing your gifts and your own decor and stuff. A local business called Dog Bandana had told me about this app. I had never heard of it before, but it's almost like an Airbnb for your property. It's called Sniff Spot. And for dog owners that want to rent a private location to where there's no other humans, there's no other dogs. Maybe you have a dog that's like reactive and you just want to get outside and let your dog off the leash. To maybe you're in apartments or you're in a crowded subdivision or you're limited to a dog park. Yeah. And so with Sniff Spot, you can actually book right on the app and you just pay per hour. And so that has been very popular.
Really?
So I'm having to balance the venue with this private use of just like people wanting to get outside. So some days, some days we've had like 5, 6, 7 of these bookings. So I'm trying to like clear the calendar from the venue or like clear the
how
calendar of the
funny.
sniff spot. So that's why it's just like it's very versatile. It's very all over the place.
So how would someone book an event with you? How would they get in touch with you?
So they can either message on the on Facebook,
Right.
or my phone number is on there as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I am, for the moment, I'm the one that will communicate back and forth with a client and just give them all the info and schedule them. One day I will grow and not have to do all that myself.
That's funny. Well, and you, it's just like you were asking about how they can come back. So if you've got a dog, you can book some time with Sniff Spot, and that's
the easiest
That's
way.
an easy way to go back and walk the trails. I love that idea. What fun! I tell you,
You don't have to have a dog if you just had a few girlfriends.
That's hysterical. We're gonna book.
Lie about the dog.
That's hysterical, and that is perfect. That is so funny.
Yeah.
But yes, you could.
You just want to have an afternoon and
That's
you want to
too
get outside and
funny.
put your feet in the creek and just
walk
enjoy. And
and-
just
That's hysterical.
Yeah, so it's super flexible with that app. And
Me
then,
and my
of course-
girlfriends.
Yes, bring your girlfriends.
That's so funny.
2 lasses.
Yep.
That's just cute. I love that so much. This is going to be. And how's the weather looking? Are we doing okay?
Nice
Is it?
and hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be hot, but that's fine. But that's okay.
Dry
I
and
mean,
hot, we're
it is
good.
June.
Yes.
It's supposed to
At least
be.
it's not raining on us.
There you
right.
go.
That's
It's either a
right.
flood or a heat wave. You got to choose.
Yeah. So are you? Because I'm on a creek, and so I was looking
too.
at your bridge, and we flood really bad.
Oh, yes.
We flood bad. So does your bridge go underwater?
It's been underwater, which means that creek has risen about 10 foot.
Oh yeah, ours
Which
does.
is very scary.
Yeah.
I mean, like I have a lot of sleepless nights imagining trees floating down that
Yeah.
creek and just taking out my bridge.
Yeah.
So I've been running down in the morning like, is the bridge still there? Is it
Yeah,
still there?
see, we lost 2 bridges, but we flood. We come down Cars Creek or Sulphur Fork meet, so we've got 2 creeks that are backing up into to us, and so that is a lot of power.
Yep.
So we gave up on the bridges. We gave up, and I've thought about doing a zip line. Though we forgot to mention the zip line. How can we access the zip line? Is that part of
It's
the
right
venue?
on the Greenway. Yeah, it's right
Okay.
on the Greenway. Now it crosses the creek.
Okay.
And so for birthday party, so I don't know if I'll have it running for the event day.
Okay.
Because I like to have that chaperoned. And so we might
Yeah.
not have all hands on deck to do all the activities, but like
Okay.
say kids were to come for a birthday party, the zip line, the kayaks, the creek activities, scavengers, I'm forgetting a lot of things that we do. But so we call it a boomerang zip line. So they'll get on one side of the creek. They'll be pushed across the creek, which is about 50 to 75 foot. I don't know
Yeah.
about on distance. And then I'll be waiting, or someone will be waiting on the other side to just grab the rope and send them on back. So
Okay.
so it's super easy, because otherwise, if you were to get off, then you have a long trip to get back around to get
Yeah.
your next turn.
Yeah.
So we just send them right on back.
I love that.
Yeah.
I want to come see how you do. I want to do that just for my family, just so we can cross our creek. Because we don't spend enough time on the other side of the creek because you have to get your feet wet to get over there. So we've thought about putting it. I want to come see what you've done because I just want to do it for my grandkids. You know.
And the rope bridge itself is an adventure in itself. I'm actually shocked at how many grown-ups are like, I don't know about.
Oh, I know. Ours was kind of the same thing, and people are like, "That's really hot. I don't know if we want to do that." That's
I guess I
really
was more
cool.
adventurous than I
Yeah,
realized.
yeah.
I thought,
That's
like,
really
I'm really
cool.
fine with this.
What a fun place to visit. I mean, there's just so many. And again, how many gardens? There's 9.
9. Mhm.
9. It's a great event. Tell them again how to get tickets, and we'll wrap up our time.
You can
Get
either
your
go
tickets.
on Facebook, or you can Google Martha Song Foundation, or you can come by the chamber, or you can come by the Gallery of Artistic Hair Designs. I have paper tickets there.
Okay.
A lot of people like to have that paper ticket in hand. Or you can get the address of you can come to Mahala Springs for your first stop and get a ticket there.
And
So
T-shirts.
we make it easy for you to come.
And you are
Cash.
pouring into our community.
Yep, you are. And to the people that have agreed for us to stop at their place, that's, she's taken a day out of revenue that she can make to allow us to come there.
You bet.
And then the home gardens, there's several that have said, well, I've been wanting to add this to my house, to my garden. And so this year I'm getting it, so they've really been manicuring everything and trying to get it all set. So we would really hate for them to not have anyone show up, because
do all that work.
The excitement that I'm hearing from them, that helps make me excited also, and the rest of the board. And so it's really going to be a fun day. Right now we have around 200 people that are registered to come.
I love it. Get out and enjoy the Seeds of Hope Garden Tour. It's this weekend, and I'll be popping into some of them. I don't know how many I'll make, but I'm gonna get to some of them this year. I'm excited. So nice to meet you, and thank you for your passion. It's just fun. You were fun to talk to. Always, sister. Thank you, and thank you guys for getting out and supporting Martha's Song. I'm gonna let them make their exit, and I'm gonna talk about Barry and Rebecca while we get. Marlene's coming in. Marlene Graves is coming in about the Cross Plains Trash or Treasures. Come on in here, Marlene. And she's making her way in. We're going to talk about Barry and Rebecca Richards with Exit Prime Realty. And it just so happens that they will be at the Trash or Come on down to this microphone there. I'm going to have you get to that microphone. I think that one's going to pick up a little bit better. Yeah. And, but we're going to have, we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with Trash or Treasure. But I want to remind you too that Barry and Rebecca Richards, they have all the information you need when it comes to real estate. What got us started on this, talking about Trash or Treasures, is I was pulling up everything for Barry and Rebecca, because I do an ad for them every week or every day, and I was like, oh yeah, Trash or Treasures is coming up, and so we wanted to have them in, and he was like, you need to have, is it Marlene in to talk about that. But before we get into that, I do again want to remind you how to get in touch with Barry and Rebecca. You can go to sellwithbecky.com, or buy BUYRobertsCounty.com. They will have a booth at Trash or Treasure. Anything that's going on in the community, they're always a part of. They are, they said we'll have plenty of chairs and shade. And if you go to Rebecca's Facebook page, I'm wondering what they're giving away, because they've got a very interesting picture of a giant chicken. Have you seen this?
Yes, I have. And
it's
a few
so
years
funny.
ago, they gave one away, and I'm
kind of wondering,
Again.
Yeah. Yes. Well, at Kilgore's, at the Bluegrass Festival, they gave away some little ornamental, like a lamb and a chicken, and they had several things, and everybody wanted them. So they always do something fun in their booth. They're always just a blast, and you can go by there and you can get a free market analysis of your property, which is important if you're not, ready to buy or sell, or you just have no intentions of it. You need to have a market analysis of your property, so if you ever need to pull out equity, you know how much equity you got. Simple as that. And they can help you out with that. They're also originally from Kentucky, like myself. I was talking with some folks yesterday up in the Rivergate area, and they were trying to find an affordable place to buy. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, you can buy across the state line up in Kentucky. And I was telling them, about the what it is to live in a state that has an income tax and work in one that doesn't. Well, Barry and Rebecca can, help you navigate those waters, because that extra money coming out of your budget is going to affect how much home you can buy. All those things. They're so good at this. They've been at this a long time. Rebecca, one of the first in the area to be a seniors real estate specialist. Barry is the broker here in Springfield, but he is long history with media marketing. He was a media marketing vice president for 17 years up in Nashville. So you bring all that marketing experience in, and you're selling property, man, you're going to get your property sold with video and great photography, walkthrough tours, drone footage, whatever you need. They are the whole package. They're wonderful to work with and great friends. Sellwithbecky.com, or buy BUYRobertsCounty.com, or you can call them 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425, and please always let them know that U-Turn sent you. All right, now it's your turn to talk all about the Trash or Treasure, and you're the mayor of Cross Plains.
The mayor of Cross Plains.
When did that happen?
In December. I'm newly.
I was going to say, because I did not realize you were the mayor, so that's cool.
Fun fact, my dad was the very first mayor of Cross Plains.
How cool is that?
And he actually was a little proud of me in December when I took the role as mayor. So
that's really cool.
It's kind of a neat little tradition we've got going.
Well, God bless you. I'm telling you, people don't understand what it is to be in small community town politics. is constant.
Everybody knows everybody.
Everybody knows everybody, and your phone's ringing all the
Yes.
time.
Yes.
And everybody's got it. Hey, and I mean it is a lot to take that on.
And everybody's
lot to
problem's
take
the
that
most important problem
You
to
better
them at
believe
the
it.
moment,
It
which
is a
is
lot to take that on.
fine.
Yeah.
But it's an honor to be able to help lead the city that I was born and raised in. That
How fun.
my parents and grandparents were all a vital part in
Yeah.
developing the community. So
So this is home.
this is home, and
I love it.
I've got a good group of support with commissioners and employees
Mm-hmm.
and city leaders that's helping us lead.
How
and it's
many
great.
employees does Cross Plains have?
Not a lot, but it's a
Yeah, I was
lot
gonna
for
say.
Cross Plains.
Yeah, sure.
We
I
have-
never even thought about it, you know.
We have about 8 full-time employees
Okay.
at the city. Plus, we have our fire department and our police
Yeah.
department. So, I mean, we're
Yeah.
growing.
That's just it. Well, for us, I mean, truly, you wouldn't really think that you would have
Right.
that many folks.
Yeah,
And
we
so-
of course have 2 ladies in the office that do a great job, and then we have
Right.
a city manager and
all the things.
all the things that you need to make sure a city's running.
And it's a great. I mean, I love what you've done with the place with Kilgore Park, and just oh my gosh,
We have one of the best parks in the county.
It is
yes.
beautiful, and I talk about the venue aspect of it and the way that the acoustics. It just reminds me of the Ryman, the way it's the way the hill comes in and goes into the staging and all. It is absolutely beautiful. It's picturesque. If you've never been down there for our Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival, oh, you just don't know what you're missing. Now, you missed it this year. We'll have it again next year, so you'll have to come
Have
back
it again
around.
next year.
But there's stuff. I mean, there's all kinds of things. You can go out to the park anytime.
Anytime.
What are the hours of the park?
It's during the daylight hours.
Daylight hours, the park is open.
So when dark comes,
Yeah.
it's
It closes,
officially
and there's
closes.
a bathroom out there now.
Yes.
And that
Yeah,
was,
there's actually 2 bathrooms. There's more bathrooms. There's one on each side there's one down the hill next to the barn and the creek, and then there's 2 up on the upper side of the
oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I've
And the-
always spent my time down by the barn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the walking trail is fully paved, so it's
Yes.
a nice, solid
It's
place
beautiful.
to walk.
It is really
and, And the
beautiful.
views you can't find any
No,
better.
they're just absolutely. It's gorgeous. It's a beautiful park.
Now, we
It's
will be
beautiful.
having our 4th of July
Yes.
fireworks at 9:00 on July 4th.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
would
So
be
on the
great.
4th, you're doing it. Actually,
the
on the
4th.
day.
on the day.
Nobody
and,
else is. So that's good that you've got those going. That's great.
Chief Stan, our police chief, is heading that up.
Okay.
And he says it's going to be the best one yet.
Oh,
So
that's
I'm going to
wonderful.
hold him to it.
I
So
love it.
July
And-
the 4th at 9:00 at the city park.
And you'll have music and things building
Yes,
up to that.
it's
I'm
open
assuming
it up-
Ridgetop Ramblers are involved. They're usually involved.
Around 6:30, we'll have some music and we'll
Okay.
have some food
Okay.
to get your spot and
Yeah.
a prime location to watch the fireworks.
Okay. It's always fun. I've been, and it's just it's a great event. It's a great time. But we're here now. So that's coming up next
That's
weekend.
coming up next week.
But this weekend, Trash or Treasures? Trash and Treasures. Is
Trash
it and
Trash and treasures.
Trash and Treasures? And how long has this been going on?
Well, it's a debate. So
So is the Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival. Why can we not nail down the years?
I don't know.
Isn't that
It's a
funny?
debate. I've
That's
asked several
hysterical.
people.
That's funny that y'all have the same debate we do about the Bluegrass Festival.
So
COVID thing. It kind of messed us all
yes,
up.
I think maybe that's part of it.
Got us all confused.
So the Cross Plains Heritage Commission was formed back in, well, actually in 1985 because of the Homecoming 86, the bicentennial of Tennessee. There was
Okay.
a huge celebration in Tennessee for the bicentennial. And so in 1986, there was a huge festival, music, all kinds of stuff. It wasn't Trash and Treasures per se at that time, but it was a huge up and down the city of Highway 25 festival, games, things going on. So that's kind of how it got started. And then James and Ruby Covington, who have passed away now, were instrumental in setting up a yearly, not festival, but a thing for
Right.
to happen in the town. And so that's how Trash and Treasures got started.
Okay.
So it is either 39 or 40 years old.
I love it. I love it. That's funny.
So there is a debate on that, but it's been going on for a long, long time.
Yeah, I love it. And now I tell you, On Rebecca's page, I see the famous Bill Cody from WSM Radio. He is a cross-planian. And so is he going to be there?
He will be there in the morning on the porch of Thomas Drugs.
Okay.
And he will be there for his regular show.
So on Friday?
Friday morning.
Friday morning. So what time does this thing get going?
Well, it starts at daylight. You'll have shoppers there
See, I
early.
didn't realize it was starting early Friday.
Oh, yeah. Friday, you can always
okay.
expect the people early. Now,
Okay.
Saturday, people sleep in a little bit, but on Friday,
They want to see Bill Cody.
they want to see
of
Bill
course.
Cody and
He's
talk to
a big
him.
deal.
Talk to him. But it starts early. So this afternoon, I'll be at the doctor's house getting people
Okay.
checked in and in their areas. So there'll be some yard sales set up this afternoon.
Okay.
Or booths set up this afternoon. But things get kicked off early in the morning.
What time does his show go till?
I think it goes till it's either 9 or 10.
Okay, I'll have to check because I would love to come by and just. I don't know. Maybe I've met him in my radio days. I've never really been involved with country music. I was always talk radio, adult contemporary, and the rock stations
Right.
and all of that. So I never, as long as I worked in Nashville with radio, I never really got to get into the
he's-
country stuff. You
He's
know,
a great guy.
And- oh yeah,
Great guy.
I'm sure I've probably met him at some point, but it's been years. But he also has a cohort, Charlie Maddows, who I did work with, and I love dearly. Does Charlie come out?
No, I don't think he does.
Yeah, I bet he's back.
Usually-
He's probably back running things at the studio.
It's usually just Bill at the.
Yeah.
At
Okay.
The
But that would be I now that I teach broadcasting or audio video production at Greenbrier, and I was trying to work out with Charlie last year to bring my kids by to see the studio, and of
Right.
course, so I need to work on it because we'll be back in school here in just weeks.
It won't be
You know,
long.
it won't be
really.
long, but that's something I would really love to do is to go by and see because they're on the north end of Nashville. I don't have to deal with Nashville traffic to go see
you go.
WSM. But anyway, well, that's cool. That's cool. And he's been in Cross Plains forever. Is he from there?
I don't know if he's from Cross Plains,
Yeah.
but he's been in Cross Plains
For a long time. For a long time.
Probably as
So.
long as Trash and Treasure.
That's fun. We can
don't know.
ask him maybe.
Maybe we
So
can
we'll
ask
have to
him.
pop in there and ask him. So I may try to swing over there as soon as I get done with the radio show here tomorrow, just to kind of see what's going on. But we've gone many times, and they're just everything you can imagine, and it's such a picturesque little town. It's just neat. It's
a
just
neat
so
little
Robertson
thing.
County. It is. So I love
So
it.
there'll be people set up from the interstate all the way, down
Really?
25. But we kind of assign booths,
Yeah.
so called,
Right there in the center.
from the doctor's house, which is right across from Terry's Market, all the way up to City Hall.
Okay.
And so we have in recent years or in years past, it had kind of gotten bundled up to one little location at City Hall. In the last couple of years, we've spread people out throughout town, so it's more of a walking through like it used to be years and years ago. So you'll see people in people's yards and in the doctor's house and just everywhere. So we have a pretty full group. I do have a few little spots left, or I'll find anybody a spot. If anybody's still interested in coming out and participating, they can either give me a call or come by the doctor's house this afternoon and talk to me or Barbara Blanton, and we'll get it all taken care of.
Go ahead and give them a number and give it twice, and then we're going to talk about some sponsors, and then we'll come back
Okay.
and kind of just think about if there's anything we're missing, just in kind of the initial thing, and anything else you might have coming up in Cross Plains. So tell them how to get in touch with you.
615-390-6397. Again,
Do it again, yeah.
615-390-6397.
Very good. And you still, again, is there a charge to have a booth?
It is a charge. The whole Trash and Treasures is a fundraiser. We give out a scholarship to at least one East Robertson High School student every year.
Okay.
So this is our fundraiser for that. So at this time, it's $45 for a 10 by 10 booth.
Oh, that's a great deal.
Yeah, we're not charging an arm and a leg, just
Yeah. Very good. I love that.
a
So-
reasonable amount.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And I mean, this is what Robertson County is all about. We just want to encourage you to get out and be a part of what's going on. I do want to pause for a second and just kind of quickly mention we do the Bernard Farm ad on Monday. We do the UPS ad on Wednesday. But I just want to just take a pause and remind you that Julie they did cut their beef this week. So and it goes fast. If you want some of that fresh beef that they raise right there, and then they have it right, in their fresh case, you better get over there. And if you miss out on that, you can get some of the other wonderful things that they have in their freezer section. But they are up at 7536 Clay Gregory Road in Olinda. But you need to go by and see them. You can go by there and stop and have breakfast. They'll fix you lunch. We had pork burgers in there the other day. They were so good. But I just love stopping in there and seeing them as well. So be sure and get out and get in on that beef if they still got anything. And also, too, don't forget that the UPS store is not just for your Amazon packages. Now, I'm going to wear them out today. I had to do some phone juggling and switch phones and all this I've got all kinds of things I got to go by there. So they are very conveniently the place where you can drop off your UPS return or your Amazon returns. But they are so many other things. They've got that discounted. They've got the discount on the signs this month. And remember too that if you get a coupon from them, like this month, it's a 10% off coupon for yard signs. You have any coupons from them, hang on to them because they never expire. So be sure and hang on to those. But go by the UPS store, not just to drop off your Amazon packages, but they're a notary. They've got signs. We were talking yesterday with the Veterans Service Office, and they've made special signs and things that they can put out whenever they're doing events. So you just go in there and talk to them, tell them what you've got in mind. I had them make some badges for me for Celebrate Recovery, and I was just like, hey, I need this done. And they're like, yep, we got you. And just a great store. So those are a couple of our sponsors. If you'd like to sponsor, you can reach out to me at 615-594-7736, 615-594-7736. And also, too, got to mention the Robertson County Players Little Shop of Horrors is happening Friday night and Saturday night. They have a 2:00 matinee on Saturday as well. But you can go to Robertson County Players. I got to see it last week for the matinee on Sunday. It's so good. It's fabulous. I've never seen a play with Robertson County Players that I just didn't come away and go, wow, we've got so much talent here in Robertson County. So all these things, you can do it all. You can do it all. That's why I was telling them, with Martha's song. You can stop by Trash Your Treasures tomorrow, or maybe pop back in. You can catch a play tomorrow night. You can go to Martha's Song and catch the garden tours. Right. There's just so many things happening, but you can do it all, y'all. You can absolutely do it all, and just encourage you to be a part of it and all the things we have going on. What are we missing about anything with?
Well, we will have food booths. We have food vendors that'll be there, and I did get word just last night that sweet corn will be in, and there will be selling fresh sweet corn out of the field. Oh my goodness. Sweet corn's in. That's awesome. So I know it'll be early for that. That's amazing. Oh, the rain, I guess, got us going. Yeah, the corn looks beautiful. So corn's doing great. I got word that we would have a booth. I know on Saturday there'll be a sweet corn straight out of the field. So fun. That's always a good time. Oh, that's summertime. I have so many memories of shucking corn under the shade tree with my family when we were kids, and then taking and cutting it off and putting it in the freezer. Yeah, putting it in the freezer. And then eating it all winter. Oh my goodness. Oh, actually, my 82-year-old mother still does that. Does she? And honestly, there's nothing like it. If you've never had it's the best. Fresh corn that's great in the wintertime. It's the best. There's nothing like it. So it will be hot this weekend. Yes, it will. That's what I always hear. Yeah. Why is it always in the hottest part of the year? It's June. It's June. It is. When else could you do it that's going to be perfect weather? Yeah. October sometimes is as hot as it is in June, or it's raining, and then there's football and baseball and all those other things going on. And James and Ruby Covington years ago made it this time of the year because they had researched, and this was one of the times that other places didn't have stuff, because you have the mile-long yard sales and all
Yeah.
these other things that go on throughout the year.
They're the same type of
At the-
events.
and so they had found that this weekend was the best weekend and had made this a tradition. So
I love
yes, it's hot, but some years it's not. Some years it's quite nice. But if I could find a perfect day that was always going to be great, we would have it that day.
Yeah, but it's just you can't make
You
everybody
can't make
happy.
it happy.
And that's
You can't
something
make
that
it
you're
perfect.
learning, being that you're in the office of mayor now. That you cannot make everybody happy.
We try.
You
but
know, that's great. That's great. There was the preacher we had at Madison for so many years. He used to say, "Everybody gets their say, but not everybody gets their way." You know, and we always love that. You can absolutely have your say, but that doesn't mean you're going to get your way.
Right. So it's just kind of a tradition
you gotta
for it
be a
to
family.
be
Yeah,
to be in
that's great.
June,
That's funny.
and it is going to be hot this weekend, but maybe it won't be too bad. And
Now, are they going to be doing the music on the church porch?
I've not heard them say, but I'm sure they will be. They always do every year, and Barry's usually a part of
There's
that.
usually
too.
a part of that, but with Doc Wilson moving off,
I know.
Dr. Wilson, he was our music teacher at Greenbrier, and he's going to be near his grandkids, and you know,
That's wrong to leave Cross Plains for that.
yeah, but that's why they're moving, and so we with us, and he may still be in town. This may be one of his last hurrahs before
Well,
he leaves.
yeah, because I think it's usually right around yard sale time is the swap over for the
yeah.
Methodist minister usually.
Yeah. But anyway, so that'll be interesting. But they had great music on the porch last year, and you're just gonna have fun. You just never know what you're gonna run into. It's gonna be a great time. Again, you know, Barry and Rebecca, they'll be out there.
Mm-hmm.
They're our longest running full time sponsor, and we love them dearly. And you can go out there and sit and talk to them. And I'm thinking you're probably gonna get to register for a giant chicken.
I'm pretty
Just
sure
saying.
they will
Just
be
guessing.
beside Cottontown Bears. They will be on Cedar Street beside Cottontown Bears. You can park at there's an empty lot beside Terry's Market that's open for free parking. Get out, walk all the way to City Hall. Take you a couple of breaks for lemonade and food through the way, and then come back.
I was
through
kind
the
of
other
surprised that the parking is available as it was. I figured I was going to have a hard time finding parking, and you guys have got it to where it was really not a problem.
Not too bad.
No, not at all. But now some of the people, some of the residents there offer parking as well? Or?
Usually there's some parking around throughout town too. Usually the most easily accessible is that
parking
one
lot.
open lot.
Yeah.
Now, if you buy something big, most of the time people let you leave it there at their booth, and you come back and pick it up in a little while.
Yeah,
down
and
the
so you're
road.
not having to deal with the crowd and all of that kind of thing, because
So-
that can be kind of an issue, because it's only 2 lanes through there.
It's only
You
2
cannot
lanes.
block that road.
And I can guarantee one of our local farmers will have to move his tractor and equipment through there at some point.
You know, well, it's
it'll just have
it's
to
harvest
happen.
time. I mean, people are still harvesting wheat because of the rains. The wheat harvest is a little bit late.
Yes, it's a little bit later, and they're going out
then
at
they
full
got to
force.
plant. They got to plant soybeans back behind that. Usually, is what happens. So they're going to plant something behind the wheat.
So we
And
usually
so-
judge there'll
yeah.
there'll be a time that
Yeah.
it's usually Tommy Jones that comes through with
Ah.
some huge big piece of equipment.
It's like, oh, that's funny. Being from a farm family, yes, tractors have to move, and that is just part of it. They have to navigate between the fields. So, be ready for that. Anything else that we're missing that you want to tell them about Cross Plains?
Well, Cross Plains is a great place,
Yeah.
a great place that you should come and visit. Not only on Trash and Treasures, because we have cool little places for you to come on a normal day. We have the drugstore. We have Cottontown Bears that has cute clothing for children as well as some adults. Come by. We have a Mexican restaurant now.
Let's talk about that. What is that all about? So, when did that start at?
Well, it's been there, I guess. It's been over a year, probably about 2 years now.
Okay.
And he comes in. It's a great little family place. I mean, of course, if you want to see anybody in Cross Plains, go to the Mexican restaurant, because that's where everybody's at.
That's hysterical.
Adan and his crew take care of everybody, and it's a community event every night. You can usually see most of the.
Sorry, so sorry. My phone went crazy. My iPad died, and I'm monitoring to see if we have
Oh.
any comments and questions. And so that's what I was just checking to see if we had any questions, but go ahead and finish talking about that. Raymond knows. Hi, buddy.
You can usually see the fire department eating their dinner in the evening time.
Oh, how funny. They'll head over there. I love that. Raymond was asking. We actually answered the question Raymond had before we even realized he was wanting to know about parking.
Oh,
for
parking.
Trash and Treasures. So, and we covered that. And remind them again where the parking is.
There is a empty lot between the dollar store and Terry's Market that's just right across the street from the doctor's house, and it's the most centrally located, largest lot to be able just to pull in and out. And there will be bathroom locations available right there.
Okay. So we're are you going to have portlets and things right
We
there?
do do have portlets.
Okay.
We have them throughout town.
Okay. Because I hadn't even thought about that. What are the businesses? So like you were talking about the Cottontown Bears, which I went in there and got the sweetest little bracelet for my granddaughter when she was born.
Oh.
Little,
Barbara has the best
she
little
has just
gifts. This is a cute
wonderful
thing.
little gifts.
And she's going to be retiring soon. So
Wow.
you need to get there if you want some items because she's not going to be available. I don't know how much longer she's going to be in business, but she's retiring soon.
So she's about ready to hang it up.
She's got grandkids she's taking care of as well. So.
And she does have the sweetest stuff in there. Oh my goodness.
So go by and see Barbara for sure this weekend or any other time next little bit. We have Thomas Drugs. Those are our two businesses right in the middle of town.
How long's Thomas Drugs been around? I mean, it's been a minute.
I think 1914.
Okay.
I think. You're quizzing me on my history.
Well, but it's one of those things too. They're always one of our sponsors at the Bluegrass Festival, at Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival, and have done so much for the community. And it's just such a fun, nostalgic visit to go in there and sit down at the counter.
Have you some ice cream?
Yeah.
A milkshake.
Yeah.
They do serve some sandwiches until 2:00. Nice little place to go
It surely
in.
is.
And then we do have a dollar store.
Yeah.
We have Piggly Wiggly. Piggly Wiggly's been there
Piggly Wiggly's been
for
there
a long time.
Yeah.
Probably one of our longest running businesses besides Thomas Drugs. And then Terry's Market is our locally owned. I mean, he's a local family guy in town. Gas station. They serve deli foods as well, full service gas station. We have Tate Automotive, which is for your automotive needs. If you get to town and your battery goes dead, Rodney at Tate Automotive can take care of you. So and Cross Plains does not have a property tax, so we fund our entire city government off of sales tax. So buy local, support these businesses because these businesses supports our schools and our little league teams and our every little thing because we don't have that many businesses, but they get asked daily to support and they do. So and again it supports our town. It funds our fire departments and our police department and our city government. So
I love it.
We need to support the local businesses that are in town.
And when East Robertson, when that school's got something going, man, everybody's there.
Everybody's there. That is something else about Cross Plains. We support everything. And
I've always loved the camaraderie there. And of course, I am a Bobcat. So let's just be real. It's a rival. It's a rival.
It's a rivalry.
Yes, I'm telling you, I've got to watch my mouth because my kiddos will call me out, Miss Vivio. I heard what you said. But it's like, I do appreciate the camaraderie that you guys have, that connection, that family feel that you guys have there in Cross Plains. And it's so apparent when you get into East Robertson, and if you go to anything there at the school, that y'all just take care of each other.
We do.
And that's what it's about. That's what community's about. And this is what that's about, is taking care of a kiddo at East Robertson with a scholarship. How do they apply for the scholarship that this is going to be, going to fund?
It is
Trash and Treasures funds the scholarship that they give away at East Robertson.
It is a fun little thing. So
get right up on that microphone for me a little bit better. There you go.
It is a fun little thing. They are asked to interview an individual that's over 65 years old that lives in Robertson County. And
Fun.
So you get pictures, information, background, how their life was growing up.
That's
bunches
such
of information.
a cool idea.
And then they turn it in, and it's judged by a panel of judges, and they're awarded a scholarship.
So-
And it doesn't have to be a straight A student.
Yeah.
And it can be applied to a trade school, to TCAT or something
Love
like that.
that.
It does not have to be your valedictorian or your, Beta Club member. It can be an average C student where
Yeah.
we want to just provide somebody that needs a scholarship, that wants to further their education in some field,
so cool.
trade or, 4-year degree.
So cool.
The ability to do that.
So somebody that's 65 or older, but I'm guessing you want somebody that's been here for a while.
Well, not necessarily.
Yeah,
I mean,
but,
we want to get as much history. What we're trying to do is get as much history of the area to have at the doctor's house. We keep these at the doctor's house, and we publish them in our journal. We have a quarterly that goes out every quarter that we've been doing for 19 years.
That is so cool.
And so it goes out. People read it. If you want to become a member of the Cross Plains Heritage Commission, it's $25 to become a member.
Okay.
And you just go to our Facebook page, and there's a application just to join as a member.
Okay.
And it's a great little membership. You get the quarterly, you get news and updates. We have an annual fish fry that'll be coming up in October. That also goes to help support the house, because we have a museum and archives there. That helps fund keeping it open, and
I love it.
all the things, that the insurance and all that things.
I love it.
So come to Cross Plains and visit and
love
see
it.
and
meet their new mayor.
meet the new mayor. I will be there, and I'll be happy to
Marlene
hear
Graves.
anybody's concerns, and I'll listen.
I love it. That's so cool. It's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And
Thank you for the invite.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Barry, for telling me all about it and reminding me. And thank you guys for being a part of it, and just all the fun things we get to do. Katie Allen's in tomorrow for Faith Friday, and we'll be talking about all the faith stuff going on, and just again recapping all the things going on in Robertson County.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it all. You can do it all this weekend, because a lot of these things are just drop-in type things. Both of the Martha Song, the Seeds of Hope Garden Tour, and Trash and Treasure. I'm gonna have to pop in and see Bill Cody tomorrow. I think that's what I'm gonna do. But anyway, hope you guys will join us tomorrow once again for 1100 WSGI and 1 Street Over. God bless. Have a fabulous day. Thank you again.
Thank you.